Marion Brown explodes across the 40, stays on his feet, cuts it back. Marion Brown, another kickoff return for a touchdown.
Look out! There goes two! No flags! Touchdown!
Howard in trouble!
It's complete, and the Michigan Wolverines will shock the college football world.
Time coming off. Howard's going to run for it. Time runs out, and that'll do it.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the Big Ten, Oregon. They storm the field at Austin.
He handed it off to Love, who stays on his feet. Love is in the end zone. Notre Dame has won the Orange Bowl, and Marcus Freeman is taking them to the championship game.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Week 0 podcast. It has been a long time since we've been on here. Like 3 months since we haven't done one since the national championship game, I think.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's
of course, I am your host, Connor. Let's be Frank Lynn Doherty. Below me is the main man, Ryan, who was the guy who kind of brought us all together to do this show, this podcast when we first started. It's been a long time since we did this. Finally doing this mock draft stream, and it's kind of funny. We're coming up on. I don't think spring games have happened yet. I feel like those are like next week or the week after.
It's the next week and the week after, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the week before the mock, before the draft, and the week of the draft. Gotcha. Yeah. Interesting. So, yeah. So, Josh is not feeling well. He had a little too much to drink, and so he's currently throwing up the contents of his dinner, is what he told us. Meanwhile, Lucas is trying to put down his kids for bed. It's just Tennessee, right? Does he have a second kid now?
Yeah, I believe his wife is pregnant again. Yeah, so yeah.
Lucky him.
No.
Is he gonna call it? Is he gonna call this one like Nashville now?
Nashville, the guy in Nashville, yeah. If it's a boy, Titan, that would work.
A little too on the nose.
Yeah, for sure.
So we are doing this. Oh, I haven't shown you this. You ever heard of a guy named Tom Grossi, the YouTuber?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna show you this. So, almost dropped some. So, I think I mentioned this to you guys on here during streams and whatnot, that I'm actually a moderator for his YouTube channel, right? Which means when he's streaming and stuff like that, we make sure that, especially when there's a lot more people watching and stuff, that we ban people if they say stuff that are not okay or put them in timeout, right? Well, the mods we have a group chat, but then some of the mods also have done a fantasy football league, right? And someone decided to make a championship belt for the mod champ.
That's dope. That's awesome.
So I won it this year. So
yeah, you didn't do too well in our college football fantasy this year. It wasn't
nope.
It wasn't great.
But I
don't think
I also won my works my workplace March Madness like bracket challenge, just with the most points. Got nothing other than bragging rights over my peers, many of whom aren't even basketball fans, so it's whatever. But how are you been? How have you been?
Doing good. I actually got second in mine. It was a pay to get in kind of pool. You paid per entry. There was about 50 of us, and I got second. Ironically enough, Duke blowing the game against UConn is what ultimately decided. Yeah.
Because you had Duke winning the whole thing?
No, I actually had Illinois winning the entire thing. So those two games kind of, yeah, it was not great. I really thought Illinois was going to do it. But UConn is UConn, and yeah.
Did you want to pull your eyes out seeing Michigan win?
I didn't really care because I'd rather. I'm a college football guy first, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather Michigan be a basketball school than a football school because 2023 was miserable. So, let them be a basketball school. So.
Yeah. So, okay, what we're going to do, since there's two of us, we probably can do a 2-round mock. The problem is beyond the first round, I don't know too much. So if at that point it feels like we're just kind of doing a crapshoot at that point if we do 2 rounds, which is fine. But Ryan will be odds. So you'll go first.
Yep.
I will be evens. That ensures, I think the way that it actually is, we should be able to be doing 2 picks for each of our guys in our show. Lucas is 4th with his Titans. Scroll down. Can you scroll down on the draft order? Because Ravens are 14th, 21st. Yep.
21st. Yep.
So you should, and then you don't have a first round pick actually. So
nope, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys traded Waddle. Right. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
which we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when we get to Miami.
We'll talk about some other stuff. We can also talk about some off-season stuff. Obviously, you said you want my thoughts on the Crosby stuff that happened with the Ravens. We'll get to that when we get to the Ravens pick, and I'll go into my thoughts on that. So let's go. First of all, let's go with the most obvious pick that Kirk Cousins already just gave away the entire pick when he was talking to the media after he signed that ridiculous deal with the Raiders that Mendoza is going to be drafted. So
yeah, for sure. Not even a question.
I think I saw like the betting odds. I was looking at some mock drafts and like Colin Cowherd's on Fox Sports.
Mm-hmm.
They, like the website version has like the betting odds from, I don't know if it's like where exactly. I don't know if it's DraftKings or whatnot. It was Mendoza going first of all. It was like minus 220,000 or something. So that means you have to bet $20,000 to get like what, $1, I think. So, okay. So the Jets, I think Aaron Glenn, especially with what happened last year, not having a single interception. Fortunately, I don't think you would go
safety or corner this high.
Safety or corner this high. No, I know back when Kyle Hamilton came out, you were saying Hamilton should go second, which
and hey,
in a redraft that does go like first or second. I don't know who would be higher, but of the 2022 draft. But so I don't think it's gonna be Caleb Downs. I think Caleb's still gonna be a top 10 pick, definitely.
Yeah,
I've seen the arguments I've seen for the most common is Arvell Reese, David Bailey, and Sonny Styles. And Reese is weird because he's almost a tweener. He's almost not big enough to be. I don't know. He's like not big enough to be an edge, but also a little too small to be like a linebacker or be like full-time linebacker. But like I feel if you want like the guy who's like the most versatile to figure out to put a guy, you put Reese. But I think if you want the best pure edge, you want David Bailey. If you want the best pure actual linebacker, you want Sonny Styles. So I think the Jets can go wherever they want, obviously. Give me David Bailey. I think they'll go Bailey. I think he's the best best edge rusher.
All right. So I'm here with the Cardinals. I'll be honest. The Cardinals they need a quarterback, obviously, right? They need an edge, offensive tackle. I think this is probably where Reese goes. I don't really think – I think it's between Reese and Maui Goa. I just don't think that Francis goes that high. I don't think it's any Miami player goes that high personally. I think Reese being the second best prospect, I could honestly see the Cardinals maybe trading down, right? But I don't think
they would. I don't think they would.
It would have to be. I think it would have to be somebody that like wants Arvell Reese or
David Bailey or whoever.
Or Jeremiah Love. Like if somebody wants Jeremiah Love, like if the Giants, right? Like there's been some stuff about the Giants and the Commanders, if the Giants and the Commanders wanted Jeremiah Love that bad, because it seems like he's going to go to Tennessee, right? They could trade up with Arizona so that they could guarantee that they get. I just don't know if you do that for a running back. But I think this is where our real race goes. I think you go best player available.
Okay. So Lucas texted, he says we're taking Love at 4. I think that's obviously the most common thing that we've seen. I also think that that's a way to help Cam Ward, but I feel like the much bigger need for the Titans offense is wide receiver. And if they really want to kind of throw a somewhat wrench in the draft, is take Carnell Tate, who's easily the best wide receiver. And if they wanted to go defense, especially with Robert Saleh being a defensive guy, they could go Sonny Styles. And obviously you can see running back. I guess if you want to look at the order, you can see edge is the biggest draft need, right? It's edge, then linebacker, then wide receiver. So I think that shows that running back is not like totally devoid of being bad for. Like it's a position of need, but it's not as important of a position to fill, right?
Yeah.
As it would be. I think they'd be better off getting a Carnell Tate over actually Love, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because you want that weapon. And we saw and I was big on Tedero McMillan going to the Panthers last year. I kept mocking him to go into the Panthers at 8th overall, and then he ends up doing very well and wins Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Panthers. So I think a rookie wide receiver will have a bigger impact than a rookie running back. But I also think because of Saleh being a defensive guy, I think this is where they would go for defense first, honestly.
So do you want me to go with Love since that's what Lucas said, or do you
we'll go with Love. We'll go with Love because that's what Lucas wants.
Okay.
Right? And that's obviously who he would have gone with if he was drafting. But I think when we actually come to it, I would think they would go either wide receiver or defense first over Love.
Does it not, like, all the stuff about Love is the even over Mendoza, they have Love as the best player in the draft. I think it's one of those things where it's like,
what I've been seeing is, I don't know if Love's the overall best player, but I've seen a lot of play. Like if you just rank the actual prospects, I feel like I've seen Bailey or Reese as like the actual single best prospect in the draft, or Caleb.
Oh no, I mean I've seen a lot of it be. It's like Love's either 1 or 2, and I think what was it? I think it was Daniel Jeremiah last week came out and said that he's been told that like 2/3 of the league has Jeremiah Love as, if not 1, the number 2 overall player in the draft, and the only other guy that he's competing with is Mendoza. And I think that's the whole thing with Mendoza is Mendoza as a quarterback, and
the thing is, like, the thing is, like, running back unfortunately has become like so devalued as a position that, like, and Love doesn't strike me as the type of generational type prospect of a running back like Saquon was, Zeke, Leonard Fournette. I think those were like those guys felt way more hyped, and like especially in college, those guys were way more hyped than Love and coming out.
Well, that's just because of the style of, like, none of those guys had to split carries with the number 2 running back in their own draft class. Like that's what, if you look at him from a prospect, but
at the same time, like I think, I mean, I'm not saying that Love is not going to go this high or that he's going to fall. I just think that position of need, Carnell Tate, if I'm the Titans,
oh no, I get that.
I would take a wide receiver to help, because a running back is going to be just as limited, is going to be more limited by the offensive line than, a wide receiver. So I would almost take I would prioritize getting a Cardell Tate over taking Jeremiah Love. If I
I
was
would say this though, and I thought this was interesting. I think personally, I think the running back position has actually been more valued as of recently than it has previous years. And people always say, like, you don't draft a running back top 5 unless they're generational. I think Love is generational. I think you hear all the scouts say, a lot of the scouts comment, like, he's the best overall prospect we've seen since Saquon and Bijan from an athletic standpoint, right?
okay.
I think, and if you look at any running back over the past, 10 years that has been drafted in the top 5, think about those guys. CMC, Saquon, Bijan. Do you think any of those teams that drafted those guys look back and go, I regret making that decision over getting so and so? It's worked
No,
out.
but at the same time, they're not gonna. They might not have the impact the first season. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. Like, I feel like you're in a more immediate impact would be a wide receiver. Like, I feel like Love, like, I get it. Yeah. Bijan, like, Saquon was actually good his first year, and then he actually was bad or not bad, but he was hurt, his second year or something. Then he was kind of bad for a year or two, then had a really good swing for a year, and then left, right? Zeke was amazing the first couple years, then kind of fell off. And Bijan was good, but got really good in his second and third years. So, meanwhile, we've seen rookie wide receivers come in and be great there immediately. Obviously last year was bad for him, but Brian Thomas Jr. was great. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Puka, JSN kind of was okay. He got better. He was obviously really fantastic last year. So, like, if you want the guy who's going to give the most immediate impact, you go for Tate, I think. So that's me. Now, like I said, I think the actual thing that's going to piss Lucas off as a fan is the fact that his head coach is a defensive-minded head coach. And I would not be surprised if he forgoes taking Jeremiah Love or Cardell Tate for David Bailey if he's there, or Sonny Styles if he's there, or somehow if Arvell Reese somehow gets through past the Jets and the Cardinals, right?
I do think
based on what I've been reading, if Arvell Reese is somehow there, the Titans are going to be running up to the podium with a card saying Arvell Reese, right? That's, I think, what would be more likely to happen than going offense with having Robert Saleh as your head coach. That's just me.
I do think, though, moving on to the Giants, I don't think Love makes it past the Giants. Like, I think that's, if you've heard a lot of stuff recently, the Giants have kind of fallen in love with Love as a prospect recently.
I think it's also because of the uncertainty around Scatterboo too.
Yeah.
Which now you can literally use Scatterboo as a scat back.
Dude, could you imagine having a 1-2 punch of Jeremiah Love and Cam Scatterboo?
With
Jackson Dart and Malik Neighbors
and John Harbaugh, who's known for having a good run game as a head coach. Like, I think that's good. I think if the Giants are able to have Reese or Love, they'll take it. Okay. Who do you have the Giants though taking now?
With that off the board, I do think I think they go Caleb Downs, right? I think.
Okay. You think this is where Caleb goes? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna go Sonny Styles here. I think.
Yeah.
Linebacker is a huge need for them. From what it sounds like, I'm gonna go Sonny Styles there. I think he's a top 5 prospect in this draft. No matter how you slice it.
Yeah.
6'5" linebacker is just insane.
I think, okay. Browns. they need to improve their offense. Their defense is good. It's a playoff caliber defense, though. It will be interesting to see what happens without having Jim Schwartz there as the defensive coordinator anymore. Because he was the architect of their really good defenses that they've had for the past 3-4 years. Obviously, it's the offense that's hurt them. So I think if he's not taken by the Titans or by the Giants, who I could see him going to either of them, this is, I think, where Cardinal Tate goes. I don't see a world where Tate goes beyond 6, maybe 7. There's like some people are saying, "Oh, the Chiefs somehow get Tate." I'm like, "There's no way Tate's making it that far to the Chiefs at 9."
Oh yeah, no.
So I think Tate. I think Tate goes no further than maybe Washington if they were like, yeah, let's get a great young wide receiver from Ohio State and pair him with a really good older wide receiver from Ohio State in what the hell is his name? I'm forgetting his name.
Terry?
Huh?
Scary Terry?
Scary Terry. Thank you. Terry McLaurin. Yep, from Ohio State.
Mm.
So yeah, I think this is where Cardinal Tate goes, though. Yeah.
Oh, dude. He's going to go to be a Brown, and they're just going to be terrible.
See, I know I'm speaking for you, but Washington just needs to go defense. They have to go defense.
Yeah.
This is where I think I'm not going to try to influence you. This is where I think I feel like the most likely this is where Caleb goes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
If they wanted to go corner, then maybe Mansour Delane, who LSU, you're welcome for him from VT. We all knew at VT he was going to be great. It sucks that he had to leave, but he was good for us, but wasn't always. But still made some mistakes, but then took it to a next level at LSU. But yeah. So yeah, Caleb. Yeah, they need to fix their defense. Just any thoughts on that?
No, I agree. I think it was either going to be Caleb Downs or, Caleb Downs is there. You go Caleb Downs. Like I think that's the clear choice there for them. What about the Saints?
Actually, it's funny. What do they need? Edge, wide receiver, corner. I mean, I don't know how people think there's a world. Like I've seen some mocks where some people, obviously mostly Ravens fans, are somehow making it to where Ruben Bain makes it all the way to 14 for them. I'm like, there's no way Ruben Bain gets that far. I think they either go. I actually wouldn't be surprised if maybe they go Mellon. With now how they've seen how Shuck took a pretty big step forward last year, kind of surprising a lot of people with how well he played at quarterback. So get him a great young wide receiver who's he's one of the 3 best wide receivers in this class, and then it feels like it's kind of a big drop off at wide receiver this year after
sure.
Not Mellon, Lemon. Who's the other one? Who's the third one that I'm always forgetting?
Is it kid from Arizona State?
Oh, Tyson. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, I think Mellon.
You mean Lemon?
Lemon. Sorry, why did I say Mellon? Sorry. Yeah, Lemon.
Melon. All right, Chiefs. If it was up to me, I'd be picking like the worst possible draft pick, but since we're being realistic here, they need edge. I think this is where Ruben Bain goes.
I think we would all be. I think we as just football fans in general would be punching the air if Ruben Bain somehow fell to them at the spot.
Mm-hmm.
We would be so pissed if that actually happened. But they probably would run to the podium if they had the chance to get.
If he wasn't there, I think they would go Mansour Delane.
No, they don't. They
need a corner.
They need corner, but it feels like they're like, yeah, we'll draft corners, but then we'll just trade them when we don't, instead of paying them. It's weird. They've done that. They did that with McDuffie. They've done that with
Juan Thornhill.
Thornhill. They've done it with that. That's like their thing. They just like, instead of signing their good corners, they're like, no, we're just gonna trade them away. Just be like, fuck it. We don't care.
Can you imagine the Broncos doing that with Surtain? Being like, Best corner in the league, defensive player of the year. Oh, contract's up. I guess we're trading you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
stupid.
Bengals. I saw the stupidest thing. I know you won't like him because he's a Chiefs fan, but Nick Wright, he was just like, I just feel like this is gonna happen because the Bengals are a bad run organization. He had Kenyon Sadiq going to them at 10. I'm like, that would be such a Browns thing to do. Just go offense again instead of helping their defense. Because look, they need all defensive help.
Yes.
So if this is how the board falls, I think this is where Mansour Lane goes because they need corner. So Mansour Lane, they need the best corner.
Now, Miami here is interesting, right? You lose Waddle. You bring in Malik Willis. Receiver is obviously your biggest need right now.
Mhm.
I don't think you go receiver here this early because I don't think Jordan Tyson. I think you're kind of reaching a little there, and also the fact Jordan Tyson has injury concerns, right? He
Mhm.
can never really stay healthy. I think this is probably you're trying to just build this roster out right now.
I mean,
I
this
think
is
this is
this is one of the most obvious.
Francis.
I've seen.
Now I go. I think you got to. It makes sense. Plays in Miami, and for college, you need offensive tackle is a huge need right now. You're trying to rebuild
because
this team.
whether Willis performs well despite having a shit roster around him or plays terrible, and you guys have the number one pick, and you're like, oh, we can have our pick of Arch Manning or whoever the fuck is the number one quarterback next year at 1.
Yeah.
We need an offensive lineman who's good to protect his ass. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Cowboys. Cowboys would be pissed not getting that sort of lane. McCoy being this high is weird because he missed the entire year with injury, and that's a concern. I think he was a 20 ACL or something, or missed the entire year. Yeah, so I mean that is a real concern that he didn't play he hasn't played college ball. He hasn't played football in over a calendar year, other than soft workouts. Go back up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Linebacker, safety, edge. But I feel like that's the type of thing that like they'll overlook that if they need corner that bad. They definitely need to work on that defense. Both them and the Bengals, are basically the same two teams. They have great offenses and fuck all defense. They will win a game.
Doesn't exist.
They'll win or lose a game 40-35. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, despite what I just said, I think McCoy makes the most sense here for them. They need defense. And looking at the board how it's broken, there's not really any defensive players for a little bit, honestly. Scroll down slowly. Yeah, I mean there's Dylan, but I don't know
reaching there.
They would be reaching there, and I don't think they're going to go safety exactly. So
so you're here with the Rams, receiver, linebacker, offensive tackle. I think with offensive tackle being such a big need, I don't think any of the receivers there's not really a receiver or linebacker that makes sense here.
Is the only reason receiver that questionable because of the shit that's going on with Puka? Is that why?
I think that's part of it.
Well, and I mean Devontae is what 33? Like he's old.
Getting old. Yeah. But Spencer Fanu here. Fanu. I think he's the best player available right here. You're getting him right around where he's mocked at. I think it just makes sense for the Rams.
You took the guy I was going to give the Ravens because Fanu is now he's a tackle, but he has experience playing guard, and that's obviously the big. Because the Ravens aren't going to put him at tackle if they could get Fanu. They don't because they have their left tackle with Ronnie Stanley. They have the right tackle with Rosengarten. Roger. Yeah, Rosengarten. Roger something. I forget his last name. It's not Linderbaum, obviously. It's Roger something. Yeah, Rosengarten or something. And yes, the center. and the guard spots are questionable. I guess at this point, if this is how it is, does break though. I've seen some people say Kenyon Sadiq. I'm like, no, you don't. That's such not a Ravens thing to do. Taking a tight end that high.
It's not a need either.
It's not exactly a need. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a tight end in the 4th round and turn him into an All-Pro. That's what's gonna happen. Take him in like the 3rd or the 4th round. That's what happened with Mark Andrews. That's what happened when we drafted Isaiah Likely in the 4th round, and he didn't exactly live up to expectations at times, but he was really good when he played. So yeah, Sadiq, no. I think they would go Ione from Penn State. They can put him at guard, or they probably would put him at center, I feel, and then they'll probably take another guard later in the draft as well. And that'll be like an actual guard pick for them. Okay. Yeah. You wanted my thoughts on the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the whole Crosby thing, because obviously we have been planning right around. I remember, I think I had texted the whole group being like, are we going to do a mock draft right before the Crosby stuff happened? Or maybe right after. I remember thinking about that. It was like, when we're going to be doing the mock draft. I literally was thinking to myself, well, if the Ravens don't have the 14th pick, I just know, given how he is, that EDC, Eric DeCosta, would try and trade back into the 1st round to get a 1st round pick, probably, to do that. Okay. As for the Crosby stuff, the whole thing's weird because they were in a weird spot. Obviously, they didn't have regret immediately upon making the trade. I don't think they wasn't like immediate buyer's remorse immediately upon the trade being done. And I doubt the reaction that some people had is what affected it. But looking at it, the problem is when Eric DeCosta came out and talked to the media after they backed out of the trade, right? The Ravens were in a weird spot. They were between a rock and a hard place. They can't say, yeah, we backed out because we got cold feet or we had buyer's remorse, right? That makes them obviously look bad in a way. The other thing is, a lot of people were saying, because the Ravens did this, they should have their picks taken anyway, even though it's totally legal what they did by trading
league rule,
because the league year hadn't started. So, but what would have actually probably have gotten the NFL pissed and probably could have cost them a pick, maybe the 1st round, maybe not, or would have cost them some way with the NFL, is if Eric DeCosta comes out and is like, yeah, here's the actual like physical, here's like the data we got from the actual physical. And like, yeah, we had these guys say, yeah, Crosby's good to play this year, but they didn't think he would be good to play next year. Because at that point, when he's doing the physical, he's still technically a member of the Raiders. He's not a member of the Ravens. So they would have, if they came out and told the world, which I don't know I guess that kind of could violate HIPAA laws where, patient, confidentiality kind of thing, right? That would have gotten him in trouble with the NFL itself, right? And it would not have been, and obviously that would have looked bad. And I think what did scare him off is the fact that Crosby's probably good to play this year, but I think they were worried that he would not be the same level of player 2, 3, 4 years down the line, because his contract extension with the Raiders hasn't even kicked in yet. I don't think it kicks in until next year. So they would be paying for a guy that they are very uncertain about with some issues that were bad enough that it scared the Cowboys away, because the Ravens brought in a knee surgeon who is one of the best in the world, who also specifically and mostly works with the Cowboys. So he was brought in as like an independent person to look at it. And the Cowboys haven't shown any. And the Cowboys are like, yeah, we're not interested anymore. So whatever they saw with the physical, with his knee, scared him enough that the Cowboys are also not interested, right? So I think, are the Ravens better off? Would the Ravens have been better off with Crosby than Hendrickson? Maybe for a year, but in the long term, I don't think it would have been as good. I feel like Crosby would have been a ticking time bomb for the Ravens.
It doesn't worry you though that Hendrickson is also older, kind of the same, like in terms of contract, just as expensive, and has been injury prone the last few seasons.
Well, Hendrickson, yeah, he's older, but his contract is crazy. But there's an out after 2 years. So really, you can look at it as just a 2-year deal, especially if it doesn't work out. The other thing is you can look at it as like you are in a situation where you do have your picks back. And many people were surprised when they gave up their first round pick next year, because the belief is that next year's draft, 2027, is going to be like an all-time good NFL draft. And that's why some teams were very hesitant to give up a second first round pick next year. Right. So you can look at it. Yes. The joke was, the Ravens basically traded Trey Hendrickson for they traded Max Crosby for Trey Hendrickson and 2 first round picks. You know what I mean? That's right.
Yeah.
But I think it is. But I think it's also like Hendrickson also, in terms of like productivity, in terms of sacks, I think his best year, Crosby never got as high as Hendrickson did in terms of actual sack numbers. I think the most Crosby's ever had was like 13 or 14. Hendrickson had 2 back-to-back 17.5 seasons, which would, if he got one of those, that would break the Ravens single season record, which I think is 16 or 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, he's older and he's not as good of a run stuffer as Crosby, but I think the worry is that Crosby just wasn't going to be around, or the worry is that he just wasn't going to be. They weren't looking at it just for this year. They were looking at it obviously for however long the contract of Crosby was going to be, right? Because obviously they want to fulfill Lamar's. They're going to try and re-sign Lamar as well and extend his prime or their window with Lamar. And they thought that based on what they saw, probably that Crosby won't actually be able to deliver and be as effective for more than a year or two. I think that's what scared him off. And I think that's what ultimately.
I will say, for me, I was so excited when that news dropped because I'm like, thank fucking God, Max Crosby is out of the AFC West. And then you get they're shipping him back to Vegas.
Well, and I guarantee you the negative reaction wouldn't have been as bad if it had come from Schefter or Ian Rappaport had been the first ones to say the trade is being, is actually off, right? But the fact that the Raiders were able to word it as the Ravens are backing out makes that Ravens look bad, right? It's basically it was basically a PR rug pull to make the Ravens look bad. Now, do the Ravens actually look bad in this situation? I guess kind of, but they were fully within their right to do what they did. They were still, they were still allowed to do that. Anyone saying they should have lost draft picks would be punished in a way. They're just pissed. The only people that were actually pissed are Raiders fans, and fans of the AFC North who want to see the Ravens suffer. That's about it.
So also, there were, I know because the Bears were a team that was heavily interested in trading for Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, the Ravens outbid the Bears.
Yeah.
Cowboys wanted him.
Yeah.
I think those two teams were also pissed because they felt as if, well, shit, if you guys didn't want to deal, we could have had Crosby.
I mean, I feel like the Cowboys aren't going to be as pissed because, like I said, they have the guy the Ravens brought in is a knee doctor based in Dallas who works a lot with the Cowboys, who saw Crosby's they probably had him go through a new physical, obviously, because they're not gonna have the Raiders aren't gonna send the old physical that he did, and the Ravens are gonna be like, yep, that's good, and they'll accept it, right? They'll have him go through his own steps, right? And every team's gonna look at a physical differently, right? Every team's gonna have their own way of measuring it, failing, pass, fail, yada yada yada, right? So were the Cowboys probably pissed in the moment? Sure, but then the doctor probably comes back and is like, yeah, this is actually the case. He's not actually going to be good, and his knee's going to be like deteriorated, and he's not going to be the same player in 2 years. So it would be a bad trade in the long term, and that's why like I'm sure that maybe the Cowboys aren't as pissed about it as because of that. Now the Raiders are probably pissed because they had lost the draft capital, they had signed all those players, and they weren't entirely sure if they would be able to fit everybody under the cap. Now they have been able to, but they're not going to get the same, if the fact that the Cowboys and the Bears have shown no interest in trying to trade for him.
Well, the problem is the Bears. The thing with the Bears, they can't. They don't have the cap space to take on, and that's the problem.
But the Raiders would be like, "Hey, Cowboys, you want him?" Like, yeah, no, we know the issue with his knee. Then it might actually. It sounds like you guys are maybe making it seem not as bad as it actually is. So yeah, we're not going to trade for him. That's gonna piss off the Raiders because that's another team that's out of it for Crosby, right? So it's just like I think in the short term, it hurts the Ravens a little bit, but like I think they were thinking about it not this year, but like next year or the year after, will Crosby still be at 31 years old because he's 29? Will he still be as effective as he is now, or still be like somewhat? But like if his knee continues to be a problem, if like something happens this year where he has another knee surgery or something, Ravens are just going to feel vindicated for backing out of the deal. You know what I mean? Now I'm not saying I hope it happens, but like, you know what I mean? That's just how it's going to be, I think.
Yeah. So getting to the Buccaneers now, obviously edge is like their top need. I know that Keldrick Falk is ranked higher, but I think this is where Mesidor goes, the other Miami edge. I think both, two of the three Miami players that go in the first round are staying in Florida. I just think Mesidor, his draft stock has kind of, increased little by little as the months have kind of gone by after the national championship.
I mean, I'll say this: like, if the Ravens didn't need guard, I would so want them to go for Mesidor. I would want them to go edge. That's me. If no best player available, because obviously that's how the Ravens go. Now, I made the picks going by filling a need with Ione. I'm not going to be surprised if they straight up just be like, "Hey, Ione's there," but then there's this other guy that's like best player available that doesn't fill a position of actual need, and they're like, "Yeah, we're just going to take him," and it's like Mesidor or God forbid Reuben Baines somehow falls that far, or they're like, "Fuck it, let's trade up and get David Bailey or whoever." Like, I'm not like the Ravens trying to draft for need is not something that Ravens actually usually do. So I would not be surprised if Mesidor is actually taken by the Ravens because they need edge too.
Yeah. All right. What do you think about for the Jets?
I think who did I give them before? Was it Bailey?
I think it was. Give him Bailey. Yeah.
I think you just keep going defense, especially with what happened, with how bad their defense was last year, not getting a safety. I think you take Dillon here. Or I think you take Dillon, get a safety guy who, from the video I've seen, almost looks like a white, like a white Kyle Hamilton, because I guess Kyle's kind of like light skin, but he's a little bit he's smaller than Kyle, but he's not afraid of tackling. He's willing to make the tackle, come up from deep to support and run support, right? And I don't know if he has the sideline to sideline that Kyle Hamilton has, but I think you just have to go if you can get the best safety in the draft, you take that if you're the Jets.
Yeah. I'm in the same lines. I'm in the same boat there. This one's pretty easy to me. Mm-hmm. The Lions, the offensive tackle is the biggest need. You got Monroe Freeling right there from Georgia. I think that's just like if he's there, like you mentioned before, the Lions will happily go to the podium and pick up Monroe Freeling.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
especially with losing some of the guys that they lost last year.
yeah.
So, okay, Vikings. Vikings would be pissed not being able to get Dylan here, missing on
Yeah.
Dylan like that. Any corner, running back. Wait, did that say they need wide receiver? No.
No.
Man, it's like all their needs are not up here. I would not be surprised if they reach a little bit because of that. They could,
Avion Terrell and
that's a reach, though. Going for Avion Terrell like that, or
Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
that's a little bit of a reach. I feel. I mean, obviously, that's obviously these are. That's just what they have. Vikings could have these guys as the top guys that they want at that position, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have Kyle Murray. Kyler looks like he's going to be the starting quarterback, so that'll be interesting. Click defense. Just clicks just up top. Yeah, defense. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, who do they have? Harrison Smith. He's way old. Or he's retired.
I think he just retired. Yeah.
Harrison Smith's gone, so that makes sense why safety would be needed. Yeah, I think. I mean, they missed. I mean, they swung bad. Miss with Lewis Steen, who's no longer on the team. Obviously, that was a year or two ago. They got rid of him. Yeah. I'm so glad that they traded out of that spot. They could have had Kyle Hamilton at 12 and said we're going to trade back 20 spots and not get like a first round pick or a second round. Let's get a third instead in that draft. And then they took Lewis Steen at 32. What a stupid trade the Vikings made. Yeah, I think McNeil Warren makes sense. They need safety.
It's one of those things where like you need it. Like there's no other way around it.
Yeah.
All right, Panthers. They need offensive tackle, safety, defensive tackle. This is where I think
go back to all.
Yeah. Tight end there's though Kenyon Sadiq with
Tedero McMillan and Bryce.
Oh. It's so tempting. You know what? I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq just because I think it's one of those things, dude. I think he's so good.
Yeah.
He realistically is probably a top 10 pick, but in positional need in terms of tight end, I could see the Panthers falling in love with that just because it's like it's a need. You already have Tyrone McMillan. You're buying in on Bryce Young. Get him his version of Kyle Pitts, basically.
Hopefully, he just ends up doing better than Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. All right, the Cowboys are back on the clock. What do you think they do here?
Wait, how did they get this pick? Oh, is this wait? Oh, this is the Micah part. This is the pick for Micah.
No.
Oh, Lucas is asking, check your email, Ryan. So he's going to join soon. Well, I gave him corner. So now they need edge. I guess I feel like this would be a spot where it'd be stupid, but I would not be surprised if Jerry Jones, especially with they're wondering whether they'll be able to re-sign Pickens. Maybe they would be like, well, we can just let Pickens walk and let's take Jordan Tyson. Like this would be that'd be such a Cowboys thing to do. Or am I being stupid? I feel like that's just such a Cowboys thing to do. Like it doesn't make sense, but that's just something that I feel like they would do.
Keldrick Falk being there.
Oh, what's up?
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
I gave you Jeremiah Love at 4, though I don't think that's actually what's going to happen. Or I think you'd be better off taking Carnell Tate, but that's just me. Oh,
can you hear us, Lucas?
Lucas? Oh, he got locked. Wi-Fi's not good out in.
My stuff was lagging out. Wait, Connor, you have us taking Carnell Tate?
No, I gave you Love, but I think Carnell Tate helps you guys more than Love does. That's just me.
I disagree.
I think we've seen that a rookie wide receiver is able to produce better, quicker in the first year than a rookie running back.
Yeah, we already have a Pro Bowler rookie wide receiver.
Who?
Chimere DK.
Yeah,
He was a
Pro Bowl return man, not a wide receiver.
Hey man, hey, he has the rookie record for all-purpose yards. So,
Jesus.
and Alec Manor did really well last year. We also got
Wandale Robinson.
Wandale. We still got Calvin Ridley. We signed KJ Osborne. They're definitely not going wide receiver.
That's just a bunch of no-name wide receivers right there that are way out of that are just.
It's a lot of wide receiver twos.
Hey, no-name wide receivers has worked out for the Ravens, so I don't want to hear it.
Hey, the Broncos just got the number one.
No. Our thing is not no-name wide receivers. It's old-ass, beyond their prime wide receivers. That's our thing.
Hey, we're the best at that, all right? Randy Moss, Titans legend, Andre Johnson.
When was Randy on the Titans? When was that?
It was I think it was 2010, 2011 maybe.
Oh, shit. No, it's got to be 2011 or so, because I think he was still on the Patriots in 2010.
DeAndre Hopkins, wasn't he? He was a Titan for a little bit.
We had D-Hop. We had Julio Jones.
Bro, yeah.
The Ravens and Titans fighting for wide receiver, geriatric nursing home services.
Hey, none of you guys have us beat. We signed Jerry Rice for 3 weeks. All right.
Yeah, that's tough.
There you go. Just 3 weeks. Yeah. So Cowboys. Yeah, I think Eldrick Falk makes sense, I guess. I don't think they would go all defense their first 2 picks, but that's just me.
Well, okay.
Right. Lucas, because you missed out. Are you frozen? Are you good?
No, we're good.
Okay. I was saying this. I said this with this. This is the Cowboys' second pick. I feel this would be such a Cowboys thing to do, right?
They get a defensive end.
No. What they do is they put the franchise tag on Pickens, right? But they're not sure about paying him and giving him a new contract. So, because they're not sure, they draft Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver from Arizona State, and let Pickens walk after next year.
What pick do they have?
20. They have what's the other pick that they have? Because they have 2 picks. They have one from the Packers for the Micah Parsons trade. They have 12 and 20. This is pick 20. I'm like, this just feels like such a Jerry Jones Cowboys thing to do. Just take the best wide receiver on the board right now, which is Jordan Tyson, and let Pickens walk next year instead of giving him the massive contract he wants.
I have a hot take on the Cowboys pick.
Okay.
Ty Simpson.
Oh, they go quarterback. Wow.
Yep. I think they go Ty Simpson.
Instead of the Jets, because I've seen the Jets taking Simpson at 16, and I gave the Jets a edge rusher, I think, for a safety.
Yeah, I mean, they could still, obviously they could go Simpson for sure. I don't think if Simpson isn't there, then the Cowboys won't go there. But there's also who else do we got coming out? We got Diego Pavia. No.
No, I mean, there's a massive drop after Tyson, and there's Garrett Nussmeier, your best friend Drew Aller, Carson Beck.
Oh yeah,
Carson Beck.
I mean, I could see the Jets going back. I don't think that's impossible.
In the 3rd or 4th round, maybe, but not in the 1st or the 2nd.
Connor, you got to remember, we're talking about the Jets here.
That is very true. I remember my friend. He was when they signed Aaron Rodgers. He's like, why are you not buying the Jets? I'm like, because they're the fucking Jets.
And they just got
They just break everything that they touch. They're the anti-Midas of football teams. They turn everything to shit that they touch, not gold. So that's just me.
And they just got Geno back.
They got Geno back. Oh my god, I forgot about that. Okay, Ryan, go back to all. Let's just give him Falk for now, but I'm not sure if that's actually what's going to happen. But that's just what we have. Okay, Lucas, you want to pick Josh's Steelers?
Is this first round?
First round.
Oh, I'm trying to see it better. Hold on.
We have Jordan Tyson, Caden Proctor, Omar Cooper. Those are like the top three guys right now in the draft. The number one need is quarterback. Because they haven't signed Aaron Rodgers yet, so that makes sense.
I like Avion Terrell here.
Go corner. Interesting. That's not exactly a need for them, but that's a surprise. Okay.
It just, I don't know. To me, I think they go defense. They could go Proctor, but I've heard some bad things about Proctor. So I don't know if he goes round 1. They might still take him, but I could see him going O-line too.
Okay. The thing is, the Steelers have missed, or not exactly missed, but they haven't exactly hit. They've taken offensive linemen, with their first round pick, 2 of the past 3 years. They haven't exactly worked out. There's Fanu, and then who was the other guy they took? And he's just been kind of a nothing burger as well for them. But I guess that makes sense to maybe go Proctor then. That might kind of make sense.
Yeah, I would say probably Proctor. I think he might fall.
Yeah. Is that who you think though? Okay. Well,
I would just roll with it.
Okay. Chargers. Jeez. Do you think we should have them take another tackle just in case both of their tackles break again?
Call me crazy, but they might go wide out here.
Take Jordan Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and give
because I don't think they really. I mean, I don't know who they have really. I mean, they got Ladd, of course.
They still have Quentin Johnston, but I doubt they'll pick up his 5th-year option with how bad he's been or mid he's been.
Yeah, that's true.
So that could kind of make sense.
They still haven't re-signed. They haven't brought back why am I blanking on the dude's name?
Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
He's old as shit too, so he's 30, he's 33, 34. He's really old. So I guess that makes sense. But yeah, maybe Tyson. I mean, that's a little. I don't know if that exactly makes sense, but I mean, what do you think, Ryan?
Fuck it. If it's not a need, give it to them so they can be dog shit again next year.
Just anything to try and help your Broncos, right?
Yeah. All right, so we'll go Jordan Tyson there. Eagles. I'll go ahead and do this one. The AJ Brown situation's interesting.
Well, I mean, they just traded for Dontavian Wicks from the Packers today. Yeah. So,
that kind of
I wonder if they're getting ready to move Brown.
Yeah, Brown's probably going to be a Patriot
on draft night.
But yeah, if I had to guess,
let the Patriots overpay for AJ Brown just for him to throw a fit because Drake May's not giving him 20 targets a game.
He'll get 20 targets a game.
Bro, that fucking story last year, they had to have, what is it, a positivity bunny in the locker room? Bro. I'm going to go ahead and offensive tackles a need. I'm going to go ahead and give him Caleb Lomu. positional needs, he's the best available. He's right there. It's not a reach, so I'll go ahead and give him Caleb Lomley right there from Utah. Lucas, you got the Browns.
I think you just.
I already gave him Cornell Tate at 6. I think
Is Tate still there, or you gave him them at 6?
I gave the Browns Cornell Tate at 6.
Yeah.
Okay. They could go interior defensive line.
Oh, Caden
McDonald
or Peter Woods.
I like McDonald here.
Another Ohio State guy.
Yeah, Ohio State in-state guy. Okay.
All right, Connor, you're doing the Bears, the team that you screwed out of getting Max Crosby.
Click all again. Scroll up. Okay. Oh, they need DT. Okay. Oh, they need defense, right? That's their big thing. The Bears need defense.
Defense is ass.
Yeah.
I think they would have been happy to take Caden here, but I think you go Peter Woods here if you can.
You kind of have to, unless you're willing to reach.
You need a defense. You need to toughen up the defensive interior. So,
it would really help if they had a guy by the name of what's the guy that plays over for the Raiders? That you
Lucas.
Bills.
Yep. What's your thoughts on the Crosby stuff? Because I already gave my thoughts. Gave a long-winded thought on the whole thing.
My thoughts on the Crosby stuff is that I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird. I have a feeling that it's like it was probably just misinformation or miscommunication.
Okay.
It really seems like because he's still with the Raiders, right? He was never.
Yeah.
So I think it was I mean, I truthfully think it was like miscommunication. I think, dude, this is smoky as all get out. I think he probably said that he was like feeling a different way, or he was at a different level in his recovery.
Or
It
could have been the Raiders trying to make him look better than it actually was too.
It could be that as well. Like the Raiders were saying a certain thing, and then the Ravens were like, he's still out a couple months. They're probably like, what the hell?
Well, it's not even that. I think it's like I was saying that I think the Ravens knew he would probably be fine to play in 2026. I think they were more worried that they saw something that told him his knee was going to deteriorate and become a problem after like a year or two. Because they didn't care just about this year. They cared about once his contract, because I don't think his extension with the Raiders is even set in yet. The one that he signed last year, I still don't think it's set yet. Maybe it started this year, but like obviously it would be like 3 or 4 years down the line. They didn't think he was going to be ready, and they obviously couldn't come out and tell the world like, yeah, here's Crosby's physical. Here's the issues that actually happened. His knee looks a lot worse than it even should be, even after the surgery. They couldn't do that. So now, I mean, do you buy, real quick, Ryan, this is a question for you. Do you buy what DeCosta said where he was like, we wanted to have both Crosby and Hendrickson?
No.
I kind of buy it. No. You don't buy it?
No. I don't at all.
No.
I think that's just no. I will. Okay. Let's get this thing moving a little bit.
All right. I just wanted your thoughts on that.
You're good. You're good. Lucas,
what our team needs right now? Probably edge, wide out.
Give him Omar Cooper.
Who's our best edge available?
Oh God.
Let me see. They're like off the board at this point. Let me see. Zion Young from Missouri.
No, that's a stretch. Go backer.
CJ Allen's there.
CJ Allen is there. Maybe they take a stab on J-Rod.
That feels like even more of a reach,
That's a reach too, because he's like a second round guy.
which is surprising because he was a first team All American last year. So
He's not like an athletic freak like CJ Allen and
Well, I mean, truthfully, with how what's his fuck turned out to be Keon Coleman, they may go Cooper.
Omar Cooper. Yeah, I mean that would be that's not a reach at all. That'd be a great value pick too.
Yeah, I think we go Cooper here.
All right. Let's see if he can actually catch a ball.
All right. I can already tell you the 49. Did you guys already give the who's taking Sadiq already?
The Panthers at 19.
he gave Sadiq to the Panthers.
I think the 49ers, I know it's not my pick, but I think the 49ers go with old boy from Vandy if he's available.
Stowers.
Oh yeah, Stowers. That's a
Yeah.
God.
that's a massive.
He's a third round pick.
Maybe this is where maybe the 49ers trade up for Sadiq.
Yeah,
I think that they're going to really go for Sadiq here. A lot of people are saying wide receiver. My boss is a 49ers fan, so this is smoky as hell.
Okay, what are you talking about with your boss?
He's a 49ers fan, and a lot of people are saying wide receiver. He doesn't buy it. He thinks they go tight end. He thinks they go tight end pretty much no matter what. He thinks they move up for Sadiq. But whoever's pick it is, go ahead and just pick whatever.
All right. So this is mine. Offensive tackle, receiver, Casey Concepcion's right there. They need offensive guard, edge.
They really need
guards.
Yeah.
They really need what?
Guards.
I feel like they also not just guards. I feel like they also need to start planning for when Trent Williams finally retires because he's 38 and he's becoming very expensive to try and keep around on these 1-year deals he's signing.
You know what? This is gonna be a hot take. I think they take Emmanuel Pregnon from Oregon here at 27. I get it's a reach,
Lucas,
but I think Pregnon's better than Chase Besantis.
They do like their ducks.
Yeah, they do like their ducks over there in San Francisco. So I'm going to go Pregnon there.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Texans. They need offensive line. They need to protect.
Yes, bad.
Who's the best O line left? Ooh,
Blake Miller is the best one.
What else do they need? What is that guard? D tackle? Really? They need D tackle to add to? Really?
Do they really need defense? I don't really.
I mean, it has DT, center, linebacker. Yeah, there's no way. No, wait, go back to OT. Yeah, give him who's guard? What's guards?
Chase Besantis.
Yeah, give him Besantis.
All right.
We're kind of winging it at this point. We're not entirely sure. Okay.
Kansas City. They need corner. Bad.
Avion Terrell.
Yeah, that's
an easy one.
They could go Casey Concepcion and
that'd be. I mean, it makes sense, but Rice is going to be back, but he hasn't exactly lived up. But
yeah.
Xavier Worthy's also not exactly been living up to his draft status either. So
because the GOAT just overthrows him every time he gets open. So
yeah.
Anyways,
he's looking a little Mahomey.
Yeah.
Okay,
Miami
Dolphins
has the Broncos pick.
So this is the Broncos pick.
Yeah, really quickly before we go. What do you guys think about the Jalen Waddle trade? Because I haven't got to talk to you guys about that.
Where did Waddle go?
He went to the Broncos.
Broncos.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, I think it's fantastic as an Oregon fan because, Bo is gonna do Bo things.
With actual receivers.
I think it'll definitely help you guys because you guys lucked out with how many games you won you guys were the AFC version of the Bears, winning a bunch of games with comebacks in the fourth quarter that should not have fucking happened, and with piss ass offense at times.
True.
I was slightly wrong about the Raiders, but I called that your offense was not going to be good last year.
Hey, I also called that we were going to win the division.
Yes, you called that. We both were right. Now, I don't think you can obviously live on the edge like that. That's why I think I could totally see a world where both you and the Bears, for example, both your teams have worse records, but are like better teams, right?
Yeah. Well, we're going to have number one seed, not number one seed, but like division winner schedules. We're going to have, we got to play the entire NFC South. That's fucking brutal, bro.
That is brutal.
The NFC South?
Whatever the one with the 49ers. Which one's that?
Oh, the NFC West.
Yeah, NFC West.
Yeah.
I was like the NFC South. The Ravens play the AFC South, or the NFC South.
Yeah, no, we play the Rams, Seahawks.
Rams, you guys, both you and the Patriots are gonna have both you and the Patriots are probably gonna have like worse records than last year, but you'll be like better teams, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's I think how it'll be. I think it'll help Bo. Obviously, I think it'll help your offense. I don't know if it's gonna. I don't think he by himself is obviously going to take you guys to, a 25 to plus points per game offense, obviously. But he'll help you guys out in some way.
Man.
Come back, Bo.
Hey, we were a Bo Nix ankle injury away from playing for the Super Bowl. All right.
Just to get slaughtered by.
You would have lost anyway. Well, it doesn't exactly matter.
I mean, it would have been better.
That would have been cinema. Seeing you guys playing the Seahawks a few years after the Rush trade, like the cinema that would have happened.
I think our defense would have held up better against K9 and Seattle. Like I don't think they just would have been able to run down our throats like they did the Patriots. But I think Nick Benito would have had Sam Darnold in hell that game. But
I mean, I still think you would have lost.
The good thing,
I
think you would have lost 8 out of 10, 7 or 8 out of 10 times probably. But okay.
The good thing about it is that the Seahawks just completely gave up in the second half, and that's when the Broncos
or the Patriots come back
when they actually play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So who did we gave
the Dolphins Francis.
Okay, I feel like you go. This is where you go wide receiver, and you give him like Concepcion.
This is where you go Casey for sure.
Yeah, Casey. I think they need wide receiver. You go wide receiver there.
Yep.
Okay, we'll just do the first round because it's been way longer than we needed.
Yeah.
We only do 2 rounds, but that's going to take too long. So,
Pats go backer here.
Let's see.
Corner or linebacker?
CJ Allen.
Yeah, I think they go Allen here.
All right.
Seahawks. They need.
This is interesting because every mock draft now has the Seahawks taking Jadarian Price at 32, which is to replace K9. Which I think it's interesting because I do think it's partially a reach, right?
A lot of people think that Price is a first rounder.
His what do you call it? Combine really helped that case.
But I've also seen the Seahawks taking the kid from I think Arkansas.
Mike Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he ranked like number 1 in athletic ability from the draft or something like that, which is crazy because, obviously nobody's more athletic than Jeremiah
You
Love,
know what
but
his you know what his knock on him is though? Dude had
he
like 11
fumbles.
fumbles. Yes.
Yeah, he fumbles a lot.
But Connor, this is your pick. So what do you want to do with it?
Look at the running backs real quick. Just show me who else is there. Jonah Coleman, Katron. I think they could. I understand why they would go running back, but I think they can hold off. There's some good running backs in this class. It looks like Coleman, obviously, Allen's pretty good. So I think they can hold off actually. Go to edge because it looks like that's their biggest need.
Zion Young from Missouri. They're going to take another, or who was it that took Mike Green last year?
We did. The Ravens.
Oh, yeah, no.
Took him at 45, second round.
Did he do anything last year?
No.
Like 3.5 sacks or something. Yeah.
That's not terrible for a rookie.
Dude, but remember he was supposed to be a first-round pick, and everybody was hyping him up to be like the best edge in the class.
Yeah,
I mean, but I think the Ravens they're just the bad mojo of last year and having a terrible pass rush. Like I think that just spread and just affected all the pass rushers. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna knock Green for having not a good year like that too much, but that's just me. But I think I mean, does Young have the same issues as that Green had?
Not off the field, no. I don't really know too much about Zion Young, to be honest.
Oh, because I was wondering why you asked me about that. If that
no.
is it just like is it just like he was a guy that was seen as going to go much higher and has fallen for some reason?
No, I don't know why. I was just more connecting it like a guy that's a second-round pick that gets picked up.
Oh,
later
like
in the first, yeah.
At the first. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Go to offense. Who's because it looks like they also need interior offensive line too. Ooh, center. Go center. Yeah, just go Young. Those are just way too big of a reach.
All right. And then what I'll do is I'll
save it.
Skip. Can I skip?
I don't know if you can.
Oh, skip it to our teams.
Or just skip the picks.
Just to end the whole thing. Looks like you can. That's annoying.
Yeah, it's you should be able to do that. I don't know why you can't.
Should we just rapid
I guess
fire?
I could just do that.
Oh
well, all right.
Oh, what the? Well, you accidentally gave him Boston. Okay.
So Boston.
Also, why is it that you can't pick all of a sudden? What the hell's going on?
What? Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, I can undo the pick.
Yeah, undo that.
All right, okay. Jets. Who do we think? They got
Lucas. Jets. Quick.
Who I don't even know who they got in the first round.
They got.
We gave him
Bailey.
And I gave him Dylan from Oregon. Dylan
Thieneman.
Who's that quarterback left?
Simpson's there.
Ty.
They go Ty.
Okay.
Cardinals. They took Arvell Reese at 3.
Okay. Is that my pick?
Yeah, it's your pick.
Okay, we're rotating, and they need. They took Arvell Reese. You can also, I think, hit my picks, and I think that shows who they picked last time.
No, it
doesn't. Oh well, you can choose the team, I guess.
There we go. Yeah. There you go.
The Arvell Reese at 34, and they need offensive line. Give him Blake Miller.
All right, Titans. Lucas, we'll let you do that one.
Who are you guys taking at 35?
Go to. I think we go edge. Go to edge. Who's left?
TJ Parker, Cassius Howell, Gabe Yakis.
I don't even know who any of these people are. Let's go Parker here. I don't
All right.
know. I guess, yeah.
Raiders are on the clock. I guess I'll do this one. They already got their quarterback. They need an offensive guard, offensive tackle.
This is where I thought if he lasted, I feel like if he lasts, give Mendoza his best friend from
Omar.
give him Omar.
Yeah.
He somehow survives
Yeah.
this far.
I mean, you could reach and give him Surratt here.
Yeah. All right, Connor Giants. They took who did they take? Why can I not scroll this?
What the? Why is it not
It's
letting
not
me
letting me. I have no idea.
Just go to the.
Whatever. Who did they take? They took Sonny
You gave
Styles.
him Sonny Styles,
Yeah.
and they need wide receiver. Give him Boston.
Denzel Boston.
Yeah,
The easiest bust in this draft because he plays for Washington.
just because of John Ross doesn't mean every Washington wide receiver is going to bust.
I mean,
Okay,
Has
Their last two guys were actually really good. So
has Odunze done anything really? I mean,
yeah, he was one of their best receivers, and then
I mean, Odunze is the whole reason why the Bears traded away DJ Moore.
what about the other dude that everybody thought was a first round pick, and he hasn't done anything? Who was the other one? The guy that was with Odunze on the other side.
yeah, it was McMillan, and he was actually
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's Ted. No, that was Arizona.
No, Jaquan McMillan or something.
Oh.
Jalen McMillan. I
I don't know what team he's on.
Anyways, who cares?
Okay. Titans or Texans. Is that you,
Lucas.
Ryan?
It's Lucas.
That's Lucas. Okay.
Texans, give him the worst player available.
Who's bro? Aji, how do you say it? Ajayi Hall?
Do not actually do that, Ryan.
Wait, is that the kid from Alabama that got kicked off the team, Ajayi Hall?
It sounds familiar.
He plays at Sacramento State now. That's dope.
Jeez.
Okay.
Who do they need?
They need. Wait, who did we give him last time? I can't.
It's that.
Oh, I can't even. I'm just not even gonna. All right,
We gave him.
Basantis.
Well, that's Chase. Yeah, Basantis. We gave him an offensive lineman.
Okay. Maybe they go. Stowers.
And yeah.
Oh, it's a bit of a reach, but okay. Give him give Stroud another weapon. Interesting.
They need a tight end, so I mean, it's sad they did.
Okay, Browns for me. Browns.
Yep. Caden McDonald and they got Carnell Tate.
Yeah, Carnell Tate and McDonald. So go OT. They definitely need offensive line now. Ooh, that's a reach.
Caleb Tiernan. They got Kalen Rutledge.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not great. Quarterback is hilarious, by the way.
Oh my god, if they did that. They go for Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier. Go to defense. He's available there.
Did you see that their owner was like Deshaun Watson's gonna start?
Yes, I saw that. That's stupid.
They don't really need defense though. That's the problem. They need a lot of offense.
Go to all. Wait, is it all? Are the best guys available? The top three all corners.
Yes.
It's actually all defensive guys now.
Yeah.
Shit. I guess
Jeremy Bernard is like the best offensive player available.
We already gave him Carnell Tate. Do we really want them to double dip?
They don't need it. I mean, I don't really know what their receiver situation looks like.
It's probably the worst in the entire league, or if not, or one of the worst. They have Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah. Just a guy, Jerry Jeudy.
He was good 2 years ago. He was terrible last year. I should know. I had him in fantasy in one of my leagues.
I don't know. I really don't know where you go here if you're.
Do we really give him Hood and just give him more defense? Maybe defense, because I feel like I swear I've been hearing stuff about like Denzel Ward, I think being traded. I remember seeing some rumors about that.
Let's just go Colton Hood.
Colton Hood.
Fuck it.
That's it. Yeah, Colton Hood.
All right. Chiefs. They got
Maybe.
Avion Terrell and
Terrell
they got
and Ruben
Ruben
Bain.
Bain.
They also need a tight end to replace Kelsey.
Well, he
Well,
came back.
Kelsey signed like a 3-year deal. Like, I don't think he's. I mean,
Yeah, but dude, it's dumping rain.
Do we give him
I-
another
I-
corner?
give him another corner. No.
Or do we give him a receiver? It says they need a receiver.
Okay. I'm gonna have to dip out, boys. It is dumping
All right.
rain right now.
Jeremy or Bernard.
Peace out,
Yeah.
fellas.
See ya.
Now, Lucas.